All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back live. I thank you for your patience, although, usually the phone banks are jammed. So there must be a lot of you frustrated out there saying, why can't I get through? Why can't I get through? Because we moved, as you know, and we have one working phone line. We're going to remedy that. But so if you get a busy, keep trying. That's all I could say. And if I'm short with your call, it's because when you're on calling me and we're speaking, if someone else dials in, you hear it click in and beep in, and so we can't have that on the air. So bear with us, but keep calling. 877 Newsmax. Carol is in Versailles, Missouri. Hello, Carol. Welcome aboard.
Hi, Steve. Thanks for letting me be on.
My pleasure.
I was reading an article today that there's some California Democratic representative.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes. Yes. You hear me, Carol?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah. What was it, a mayor? Are you talking about the mayor?
No, it's a Democratic representative.
Oh, okay.
And she's wanting the mental health professionals to get the Republican Party to check out if Donald Trump is capable of leading the free world. My question is Hillary mentally fit to serve?
Well, Dick Morris said she should have a medical exam when people get to be her age and Dick's age. They're the same age almost. Dick said it's fair game to have an exam, and we should know the results. And we've seen enough faux pas and falls and everything else that I think it's only fair. Carol, thank you. Thank you. Give me 5 time, ladies and gentlemen. And Rudy Giuliani, who did such great work at the convention. Wasn't he great at the convention, his speech? He was making the rounds. He was on Fox and Friends over the weekend. He was on another one of these Sunday shows. And he was talking about how Hillary has taken the other side against law enforcement. She did not want the endorsement of the Fraternal Order of Police. Let's watch Rudy in action.
The fact that she will not take the support of the police makes the point that a lot of liberal commentators constantly say, oh, this is unfair. The Democratic Party has become an anti-law enforcement party. And this is the best demonstration of it. They are against law enforcement. They are, to a very large extent, responsible for the atmosphere that's been created in this country where, what is it, a 70% increase in the number of killings of police this year?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, Rudy Giuliani is absolutely right. When you snub the National Fraternal Order of Police Officers and you don't want their endorsement, you've picked a side. You've picked a dark, seriously dark side, and siding with the criminal, just as she did at the convention, and Giuliani will address that momentarily. Don't forget, she had the parents of the likes of Michael Brown up there and others who had confrontations with police, who acted criminally. The police legitimately defended themselves, and she had those parents speak as if the cops did something wrong. In the case of Michael Brown and Trayvon Martin, where it was George Zimmerman, not a cop. Now, here's more from Rudy Giuliani.
It comes right from the top. It includes Hillary, and she's made herself a part of it. You don't even go talk to and seek the endorsement of one of the major police unions in the country.
Yeah.
You know what? Plus, I'm going to tell you this, and it wasn't covered. They wouldn't allow, the Democrats wouldn't allow uniformed police officers on the floor of the convention. The Philadelphia police told me that. And if you go back and look at tapes, you will not see a uniformed police officer in the convention. It's because they're embarrassed of uniformed police officers.
Yeah, well, he's right. Whatever the reason, he's absolutely right. And this goes beneath the radar of scrutiny. The mainstream media couldn't care less. As we've talked about today, with Hillary, the email that Hillary discussed, or her aides discussed on her server, this Iranian scientist. And if they mention it at all, the networks are saying, there's no proof for that. It's very unlikely it had anything to do with it. But all it is Donald Trump this, Donald Trump breathed wrong, Donald Trump wiped his nose the wrong way, Donald Trump put his handkerchief back in his pocket without folding it. It's all Donald Trump, all Donald Trump. Hillary is skating. But people like Rudy Giuliani and me, we're not going to let Hillary skate. There's a lot more. And Rudy brings up the Baltimore cops, who, by the way, have either been found not guilty or had the charges dropped. Watch.
I mean, it's outrageous. It's outrageous what the way they treat police officers. Hillary Clinton, when she announced for president, pronounced the cops in Baltimore guilty. She basically said they were guilty before they even had a trial. They were all found innocent, All the charges were dropped. Where's Hillary Clinton's apology? Now, I don't know. I don't know if she's unhinged or unfair.
Short-circuited, whatever. And so summing up on this portion of what Rudy had to say, more on Hillary and really law and order.
The most amazing thing is spurning law enforcement. And it makes the point that I've made for 2 years. The Democratic Party, from Barack Obama down to Hillary Clinton, you name it, they are anti-police, anti-law enforcement, and it is creating a terrible atmosphere in this country that is very dangerous to police officers.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Rudy also talked about, and this was, I believe, in a separate interview, talked about Donald Trump down in the polls, how he could come back, but how the media, not only will Donald have to point these things out, the media, they really never will. Like I just said, they couldn't care less. They couldn't care less about so many things Hillary has said and done. It's all about Donald Trump. Did his tie go with his jacket? You know what I mean? Everything. More.
You can turn it around by doing to Hillary Clinton what the Democrats have been doing to him. He can say, hey, did she short circuit when she reset the relationship with Putin? And now Russia is, according to the New York Times article today, Russia is in control in Syria. I mean, we turned it over to them. Did she short circuit when she advocated for the overthrow of Gaddafi and Libya is now an Islamic State stronghold? Did she short circuit when she said she's going to raise taxes on the middle class? Well, first of all, she is going to raise taxes on the middle class. I actually think that's the only truthful thing she said in about 3 weeks.
And you know what the left is saying now? They're saying Hillary did not say she would raise taxes on the middle class. We talked about that earlier. She absolutely did say it. We saw her say it. We heard her say it. But they come on and they say, oh, no. She said wouldn't, not would, or won't, not will. Yeah, sky is green, grass is blue. And you're supposed to believe them. All right, folks, what could I tell you? Good for Rudy Giuliani. He's emerged as a real star at the convention and in the aftermath in support of Donald Trump. I want to thank you all for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. Stephen Moore, who helped write Donald Trump's economic plan, will be here tomorrow night at 7. Up next, J.D. Hayworth, my friend. But first, this American moment on the presidency of Gerald Ford.
I shall resign the presidency effective at noon tomorrow.
It was a stirring moment. Never before had a president resigned and another man risen to the nation's highest office. On August 9, 1974, Gerald R. Ford was sworn in as the country's 38th president. It was a time in the nation rocked by scandal. The same day, August 9, 1974, the House Judiciary Committee passed articles of impeachment against then-President Richard M. Nixon. That same day, Richard Nixon resigned, and Vice President Ford was hastily sworn in as Commander-in-Chief by Chief Justice Warren Burger. Soon after taking office, Gerald Ford ended the Watergate prosecution by granting Richard Nixon a full and unconditional pardon to the fallen president with this decree.
My fellow Americans, our long national nightmare is over.
On October 17, 1974, President Ford agreed to appear before Congress to defend his historic decision.
I was absolutely convinced then, as I am now, that if we had had this series, an indictment, a trial, a conviction, and anything else that transpired after that, that the attention of the President, the Congress, and the American people would have been diverted from the problems that we have to solve.
Historians have lauded President Ford's political courage in granting the pardon, but the move was widely believed to have cost him the presidency in 1976, when he was defeated by former Georgia Governor Jimmy Carter. For Newsmax TV, I'm Bill Curtis, and this is an American Moment.